Welcome to Finding Your Worth from Within, the podcast where I'm going to be helping you up-level your life, find your true self, and ignite the best version of you. I'm your host, Sana, your go-to self-worth mentor, facilitating hundreds of women to unlock your self-belief, master your emotions, and take back control of negative thoughts. We're going to be covering everything self-worth for South Asian women, how to ditch your self-doubt, kick other people's judgment to the curb, and learn how to finally use your voice clearly and with confidence. With the practical tools and spiritual teachings that I give you in this podcast, don't be surprised when this magic begins to massively elevate your life. So whether you're going for a walk, driving home, or listening with a cup of coffee, let's get stuck in. Welcome back to another episode of Finding Your Worth from Within. Today we are on day 3 of my 5 days of podcast. So each day this week I am bringing you a brand new podcast, releasing it live for you so that you can really binge these episodes and accelerate your learning, accelerate your knowledge, and really implement everything to encourage your self-worth, ignite your confidence within the month of April. So I'm doing this to celebrate my birthday. My birthday is on Saturday, and what better way to celebrate than bringing you all of this juicy, good, golden nuggets for you to implement. So already this week, we have spoke about why most South Asians can't get past other people's judgment and how that's holding you back from your true confidence. And we spoke about constantly being busy and the reason you actually can't slow down, and why you're constantly busy. So if you want to listen to them, head back to episode 14 and 15 to recap on them too. But today I'm going to be talking to you about what the key piece you are missing to your self-development to go from surface level growth to really, truly deep transformation. Now, I know that you're trying. I know you're saving the Instagram posts. You're trying to implement the little things that you've been told, whether it's a daily routine, whether it's setting boundaries. You're trying so hard to not let other people's judgment affect you. But let me share a little story for you. Let's rewind back to 2020, just before my life completely transformed. And yes, it was COVID, the dreaded years, 2020. But I was all in on my growth mode. I was reading spiritual self-help books. I had the Gabby Bernstein book. It was super attractive. That was the first book that I picked up and was like, oh my God, this is going to do something. I'm going to be able to read this and it's a self-development book. It's got a bit of spirituality into it. So I remember that actually sitting next to my bedside table for months and months before I actually picked it up. But I was all in now and I was going to read it. And I dedicated time to be consistent to get through it. I used to listen to Jay Shetty because he was new at the time, the podcasts were, and was trying to implement all the mindfulness tools that he was talking about. But honestly, even though I was committing and even though I was doing these things and trying to learn and attending workshops and whatever it was all kind of mindset based with like a sprinkle of spirituality. When looking back at it now, I could see that actually this was like 1 foot in, 1 foot out energy. Really, I was doing all the surface level things, but nothing was making a long-lasting change because you've got to remember, I was doing all these things from what we call our conscious mind, right? On my conscious mind, surface level, like it's 5% of your mind. And I was doing all of those things, trying to replace old habits, which is what we all do and where we all start. But this is why then you're falling off the bandwagon, because it wasn't making deep, long-lasting change. So obviously, I started to learn about the subconscious mind, got into all of the belief work, and again, still did that, still made changes, because it started getting quite frustrating doing all of these things, but not seeing a true deep transformational change. It felt like the minute like I eased up on these habits or eased up on the stuff, the mindfulness stuff, I was just back to square one. So even after doing the belief work, I knew there was something more. I just knew there was something more. And it was only after I discovered the energy work and what energy work could truly do is when everything changed. And when I talk about energy work, it's so generalized. I say energy work. What is that? Because there are so many different aspects of it. But when I talk about energy work, I'm talking about working in your energy field. When I found and learned what working in my energy field, clearing the clutter of energetic exchanges with people, with clearing the energy of karma and patterns and ancestral behaviors. It was mind-blowing to see and know the differences and changes that came about. Because mindset shifts and belief shifts can only take you so far, and I really craved something deeper. So I committed to learning how to tune into my body. So anybody that has followed me for a while or listened to all of the podcasts, you'll know that when my dad passed away, I went through a bit of a journey. This is episode 4 if you want to go back and listen to it after this. I went through a bit of a journey where this spirituality or energy work, intuition, my psychism, whatever you want to call it, really hit home the week that dad passed, because he was in an induced coma and there was lots of things that happened. But like I said, go and check out that journey on episode 4 and you'll understand more of what I'm speaking about. But after I had that experience with dad's passing, and I knew that I was intuitive, I knew that I could feel these things, and I knew that I had abilities to tune into other people's energy, I really focused on learning how to do that. I focused on learning how to tune into my body and made working through my energy, clearing my energy on a daily basis, a lifestyle, not just an occasional tool. So again, if you do follow me on Instagram and even through episodes that I've spoke previously, you will know that clearing my energy, keeping my energy on point is a lifestyle for me. And I do that because A, it's what I live and breathe, and B, I keep my energy on point for my other clients as well. And when I learned to do this, and when I learned to tune into myself and my energy field, the transformation was next level. My confidence, my inner growth, the results for my own development, my intuition, knowing myself, trusting myself, liking myself, loving myself, all of it skyrocketed. That's when I was like, I know I've got to bring this magic to my clients. And of course, and when I did, their breakthroughs and experiences were life-changing as well. So when I talk to you about the missing piece in your self-development, I want you to reflect and ask yourself, are you surface level right now? Based on what I was saying, are you reading books, listening to podcasts, going to workshops? Are you working on your mindset? Maybe you understand where your beliefs are coming from, what's holding you back. Maybe you know you're feeling not good enough, not worthy, not deserving, and you have an understanding that perhaps that was coming from childhood. But maybe you've not done anything about it yet. Or perhaps you have, and you have made a big change, but you know there's something even deeper. If that's the case, I truly urge you to explore what clearing your energetic field can look like, what that can feel like, the experiences you can have. Just today, I worked with a client that came on to call and she was like, I'm so anxious, I'm not sleeping, there's this, there's that, everything's going on, I don't know what to do, I'm not in a good way. And 60 minutes together, taking her through the processes, clearing her energy. By the end of it, her words were, I haven't felt this calm in so long. Because that powerful change, that powerful shift came from me working in her energy field. It came from me decluttering the things she was attached to. It came from, actually, the exact process we did was I got her to change her perspective and remind her that the emotions that she's feeling and everything she was attached to are attached to her human body and not her soul, and that she's actually her soul and she can take power back and she can remove all these attachments. So working in her energy field, working with her soul, working with that spiritual angle gave so much power to her session and so much power to her transformation. Now, we're working together long term. This was actually her first call. So you can imagine she's going to have an amazing night's sleep. She's going to have the best night's sleep. But you can imagine the transformation we're going to create over the next 6 months together if that was just one call, clearing her energy field. Then, on top of that, when we've worked on this energy piece, which is the key piece you're missing right now for your deep transformation, then I was able to load her with daily integration, things I want her to consciously daily do in order to keep her mind now clear of overwhelming thoughts. So if you're thinking, oh my God, I've been working on myself for a while, but this sounds like the type of transformation I need, drop me a DM with the word explore so we can book in an explore call and I can get an overview of your life and tell you where the gaps are, tell you where we would work and what exactly we would do together in order to create this deep transformation for you, because it is so possible. I've done it myself, I've taken other clients through it, and it is also possible for you. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to bringing you tomorrow's episode. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Finding Your Worth from Within. If today's message resonated with you, it would mean the world to me if you could follow, rate, and leave a review. Sharing the podcast with someone that you feel may benefit is the best way to help it grow and spread this important message. To stay connected between episodes, come hang out with me on Instagram @Mentoring. Can't wait to see you there.